Beloved Osho, is there any difference between the state of no mind and being present? Shunyam Kaveen, it is an intellectual question, nothing to do with your experience. Because if you have experienced even a glimpse of no mind, all questions including this will simply disappear. Questions belong to the territory of the mind. No mind means absolute silence. No question, no answer, no thought at all. Hence we call it no mind. First, you have to understand the mind, because that's where you are. That's from where the question is arising. Unless you understand your space, the point from where you are raising the question, you will not be able, even intellectually, to comprehend some difference between no mind and being present. There is no difference in experience, just two names for the same experience from two different aspects, two different angles. No mind is experienced within you. Nobody else can see it. It is purely subjective. With no mind comes tremendous presence. When you are in the mind, you are almost absent. The quantity of your presence or absence has to be measured by your consciousness. You have such a small layer of consciousness. That's your only presence. Otherwise, 90% you're absent. But the man of no mind is 100% present. You can feel his presence from the outside. You cannot see his no mind. The presence of his being is a radiation of a silent state within. That is beyond you, but if you are available, receptive, you can experience something of the tremendous presence of his being. In each of his gestures, in each of his looks, in each of his words, or even in his silence, you can be touched by his presence of being. The presence of being comes into existence only when the person as such disappears. It is the melted state of the person, the presence, as if the flower has disappeared and only the fragrance has remained. You cannot catch hold of it, but you can be surrounded by it. Such people who have their being absolutely present, 100% alert, are known in the world of language as having charisma. There is no other charisma. There is only one charisma and one charismatic aura, and that aura comes from no mind. But no mind is the center within, and the aura is the circumference of that mind, that no mind. When inside you everything becomes silent, you are no more as you used to be, a person. Now you are just a fragrance, a presence. But your presence has deepened. It has become a solid pillar of light. Anybody who is intelligent is bound to feel something new that he has never experienced before. So these are two viewpoints. One is the inner experience of no mind, and the other is from outside. It is the byproduct of no mind, the presence of being. But first you have to understand the mind, because that's where you are, and that's from where the journey has to start towards no mind, culminating finally into a beautiful fragrance, awareness, a magic aura around you. People have named it in different ways because people are different. Somebody will say it is a hypnotic force. Somebody will say it is something like magnetism. Somebody will say it is mesmerism. Somebody will say it is charisma. Somebody will say we don't know exactly what it is. One thing is certain, it has a tremendous gravity. It pulls you towards itself. And if you are courageous, you can be drowned in it, and you can be transformed in that drowning. It will be your death and your resurrection, both. As you are, you will die. As you should be, you will be born. But mind is a very dark place. To comprehend light from there is almost like a blind man trying to comprehend light. A young English gentleman returns from a stay at a stately home. "How was your weekend?" asks a friend. "Well," he replies, "if the soup had been as warm as the wine, and the wine had been as old as the chicken, and the chicken had been as tender as the maid, and the maid had been as willing as the duchess, it would have been a perfect weekend." This is how the mind functions. If you look into your mind, you will start laughing at your own mind. It is never in the present. It can't have presence because the basic quality is missing. It is never in the present. Either it is in the past, which is no more, just a memory, a faded memory, a faraway echo. Perhaps a dream that you had seen sometime, but not more than that. Signatures on the water. You have not even completed you.